Welcome to Adobe Animate CC 2018 Introduction. When you start Adobe Animate CC, you will see the welcome screen. And on this case here, we're going to use create new HTML5 canvas. So it will be compatible with the modern browser without any plugin. After you create a new file, a new canvas, you will see the screen pop up. On the property option, you have frame per second. Right now, 24 frames per second as a default, and the size, the width is 550, height is 400 pixel. In this case here, if you need to change it, for example, if you want to fit the screen full HD, you will need to use 1920 by 1080 pixel. You also be able to change the state or the background color to whatever color you like. So in this particular case, we just leave it white. You can use space bar to move the canvas around. You also can use the fit window option to make everything fit to the window. On the bottom window, you will have timeline window. And on the timeline default, you will have three types of frame. First, you have frame. Second, you have keyframe and blank keyframe. So in this particular case, we're going to create some elements on the canvas. Every element that you need to create need to be converted to symbol. In this case here, I'm going to use the rectangle tools. Hold down your shift key to create a rectangle, perfect rectangle, and then you can select that rectangle, click your right mouse and change it to convert to symbol. There are three types of symbol. The first one as a default is a graphic symbol. Graphic symbol is the most simple symbol. When you want to animate something, you will need to convert it to graphic symbol first. Second, movie clip. Movie clip allow you to have a timeline, and in timeline you can have another animation inside. Button allow you to have interactivities on your element. All these three symbols can be anything: graphic, shape, or images that you import from other software like Photoshop. Registration. Registration is anchor point that you can define 9 different points like left, right, top left, top right, center, top center, bottom center. So all 9 points. In this case here, we select the center. So this way, when we rotate, um, the rotation will go from the center. Okay. Now, after you convert, right, as the first frame, you will have automatically have a keyframe on the timeline. So now you have to decide how long your animation going to be. So in this case here, if you like your animation going to be 1 second, so you can uh, go to frame 24 because the default setting as 24 frames per second. So we positioning the object on the first keyframe, right? That where the object will start, and then you go to 1 second or frame 24, and then you can insert keyframe. And after that, you can move your second keyframe to wherever you want. So now we have two keyframe, the first keyframe and the last keyframe at frame 24. After that, you can click on the timelines with the right mouse, and then you can select create classic tween. So this will generate the frame in between keyframe 1 and the second keyframe on that. Uh-huh. So if you want additional keyframe, for example, if you want it like half of the midway, right, you can move this to another design position. So you will see the second keyframe is generated. So now you can preview it by pressing enter key. So, or you can add additional keyframe by moving current time indicator to wherever you want to. And then you can click on the timeline and click insert keyframe. So either way, both work. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, let's test the keyframe. Okay, so now you have a basic animation. What you can do with animation or keyframe, right? You can change the color, opacity, and size, rotation, scale. Okay, now let's try. We're going to change some rotation from the first keyframe to second keyframe. So in this particular one, I'm going to choose the free transform tool or Q as a shortcut. And then you rotate it. And after that, you can go to the third keyframe. Okay. And then you go to the last keyframe. All right. So now you can preview it. So now you can see the animation rotate and moving, right? Okay, now what I like to do, I like to change the size on the second keyframe to make it smaller and then move it right there. Okay, so now you can see everything was updated in real time. All right. Okay, so remember, every element needs its own layer. So if you have two or more than one layer, more than one shape into the same layer is considered only one object. Okay, so if you like it, let's save it. So I can say this one is introduction, intro. On file menu, after you finish everything, right, you go to public setting. On public setting, you will have the option to output where you want. So the file name will be intro and it will loop on your timeline. So that means it will keep animation moving infinitely. And when you check hidden layer, include hidden layer. So this means some of the hidden layer that you turn on and off will be appear here as well. And center to state is going to put your animation on the center of your state. Make responsive. This will allow your animation to be scaled to fit any screen size. And the rest of that, we will talk about it later. So you can click publish and then you can click OK. Now you can test your movie by going to Control and Test.